Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 17 of season 2 of the Owl House. Before we get into this, I wanted to just kind of take a look at a couple of those portraits with you guys that we saw in Belos's mind in the last episode. They kind of told his story in the background. We caught a couple of glimpses here and there, but I forgot to go back and kind of follow up on that in that episode. I was a little pressed for time when I was recording last week's episode, so I kind of had to, I don't know if it was noticeable at all, but I kind of had to speed through my thoughts at the end as well compared to usual. But one thing I wanted to go back and look at, and have looked at, I have already kind of looked at these, so I just want to share with you guys my interpretations of the portraits themselves, or at least my read on it, since it's really just visual storytelling. I found some production stills for this that are pretty high quality, high fidelity. Obviously, as I've noticed as well, as they appear in Belos's mind, there have been a couple of alterations, like in the mindscape. All of his brother's eyes have been kind of scratched out, or his face scratched out of a lot of these paintings, and that is not the case on the stills that I have here, at least. So we kind of get to see the untainted versions of the images, except for the corruption that eventually does creep in on them. So I just kind of want to start with this. I don't know if this is the correct order for these as far as like chronological order, because as I was kind of going through it myself beforehand, before doing all this, it was like some of these I feel like would come in a different sequence. But obviously where they're in different rows and stuff like that in the episodes themselves, figuring out which order is up to interpretation. Obviously there's going to be visual cues like characters aging, clothing changes, stuff like that. But for the most part, after it gets to a certain point, you kind of just have to kind of wing it, I think. But I want to start off with this beginning here. Obviously, we have the two brothers. For whatever reason, I automatically assumed they were twins, or at least closer to the same age. But it seems like Belos's brother, Philip's brother, was quite a bit older, which informs a lot on, what happens. And obviously, the adoration that comes with that, also the betrayal that may or may not come with that, perceived or otherwise. But yeah, so like there's a very clear difference here between the two age-wise. And yes, he looks crazily close to Hunter here. But we see them playing, obviously growing up where they did. People were probably pillaging, harassing witches and stuff. And when you're that age, you don't really know any different. You just kind of go along playing kind of like cops and robbers. Whatever, it's just child's games. All you want to be a part of the group. You want to be like everybody else. You're raising up your sticks and stuff like that. We find out that it was his brother that first crafted that mask, or that mask motif that carries on, that he still carries on to this day. We see them playing, kind of like I mentioned before, cops and robbers, except this is witch and witch hunters. But I think the interesting thing about this, which I'll get into here in a second, obviously they're playing here, and it's Hunter, I'm going to call him that for right now, that is the witch, and that is Belos, that is the hunter in this scenario. He sees himself as the one going after, somebody's got to play the bad guy in these little games. Then they're a little bit older here, and they're just kind of going along with everybody else here. But while they're out, though, Hunter catches the glimpse of what appears to be, the witch from the tale, the story that lured them away. Belos concerned, fearful even, but this is what I was thinking about this. Obviously, he's the younger brother, and I think he's so much more impressionable. So with Hunter, he doesn't really fear all of this. He's kind of of another age. He's a little bit older. I think he's a little more resilient mentally when it comes to everything going on. And I don't know if he really ever truly bought into what everything was going on, but he just kind of went along with it. And maybe he's one of those people that once he found out the truth, once he met somebody like this for himself, rather than being told what to think of them, forms his own thoughts, sees the ooh, the ah, the wonder of this, and goes away. Philip kind of leaning back in terror. Obviously he runs in, goes away with them, and we jump ahead. He's been gone. So like they didn't go through the void together based on what I'm seeing here. So his brother disappeared for how long? I don't know, because that is not what he was wearing here. He's not with a satchel, a book, and this blazer or whatever. When he steps through and sees the Titan for the first time himself, he's going after his brother. But time has passed. since this moment, since his brother disappeared. So who knows what he's built up in his head, the blame that he's throwing around at the witch that lured his brother away. You know, obviously there was that implication that the brothers both disappeared that day, but who knows? Maybe he never went back to his village. Maybe he didn't return, but he's been biding his time and researching beforehand. But like, to me, like, there's clearly a gap between what happened here and here time-wise. Obviously another jump, because now he's got a beard, so he's probably been in on the other side just looking for his brother, just to stumble upon these two here. Obviously, he's indoctrinated. He's got this resentment, this hate. Look at the look in his eyes. He doesn't even know who they are yet, but he's like, you. Now, this is one of the ones where I feel like this like in the order that they're displayed in this gallery, I feel like this is later down the line. I don't feel like this is the next natural jump to me in this slideshow. Because then you have this, you know, he immediately, like, it just seems like out of place there. I think that goes back a little bit later when he's got the mask on, which we'll get to. But then, yeah, he creeps up on them, but Hunter realizes who he is and goes up to meet him. And he's like, oh, you're safe, you're fine, you're here? What? Yeah, and he didn't know what to do. He's here prepared with this knife, him fraternizing with the enemy of sorts and bewitched, you know, tricked by them, deluded even. And but Hunter's just like happy to see him. Like nothing's changed. He's like, hey, yo, bro, what's up? And obviously it breaks down because he just can't compute this. Like he was saying, it goes back to that little line that he was talking about with Luce. Is like, what did he say? It was like, you can't reason with the insane. And from his point of view, his brother no longer is. So then he kills him. You know, look at that cold callousness in his eyes. The betrayal, the anger, the fear that this is what it led to. He thinks that the witches turned his brother against him when it was just him that could not see past his own programming, brainwashed into what he's thinking, that everything else is an enemy, when he himself is the one that is insane. Obviously, as he's trying to get away from the situation after having done this, the witch in question that was with him, you know, tries to zap him as he gets away. We don't know what happens, but we know he makes it away. And then we see him luring witches away, absorbing and stealing their talismans. Now, this is where I feel like after this moment is where that little like thing with the glyphs would come into play. I think that's where that would have come up. Him making a Grimwalker, donning the mask, you know, a new updated one. And then we got some glimpses of the fates of the various Grimwalkers. This one here, I find the hair very interesting on this one because it's very close to, it kind of reminds me of Ida and her mother's hair, kind of like a mix and match of those two. Because like I mentioned before and posited before, especially with the bird motif and Ida's father and all this kind of stuff, I feel like there has to be, and it would just make sense storyline wise, if a descendant of theirs, an ancestor rather, of theirs is the witch that Philip's brother met. It would just be a nice little neat bow tie on everything, and also kind of, I don't know, poetic. It'd be a little more poetic. And we see what I think is him cutting his ears off, because obviously as a human, his ears are a big giveaway. So this is much, much later, probably after he's finally starting to come out under the name of Belos as opposed to Philip. Like he said in the previous episode, has been cast out of too many places that, you know, he's got to come up with a new identity, and I think that's part of it. Then there's whoever this is, as he's fully donned the Emperor persona, and then the portal door, and then that's it. Hey guys, editing on me here real quick. I want to come back around this because it was really bugging me throughout the reaction. So now that we're in the editing portion of this, I just had to do a little digging here. You know, the design kind of looked familiar, but nothing was triggering in the moment there with this portrait with Belos and this other person with the glasses or whatever. But after going back through all the characters that we have met, it's Flora Desplora. And I'm kind of not all that surprised that I completely forgot about this character's existence until going back through everything, because they showed up like once. It was a memorable scene, don't get me wrong, with her snatching that griffin right out of the air and just riding her off like it was nothing. It was a wild scene. Completely forgot about it though. Completely slipped my mind. But I mean, that's her. That's her glasses. That's her hair. That's her little dress with the triangle on it. I mean, that's her. It just, I was drawing a complete blank when I was first going through all of these. So before you guys correct me too much, even though it'd be great for the engagement, I want to kind of get ahead of that wave. So it does seem like, at least based on the images and stuff like that, a lot of my speculations, or at least some of them, were pretty close. Now, I wouldn't say hit the nail on the head or anything like that, but I feel like I've got really close to being in the ballpark for some of them. But yeah, I'm glad we kind of got, or at least that I had the time to go back and kind of see that story. I saw some comments saying that that was one of the things they didn't really get to flesh out as a result of the cancellation, that it was something that they were going to dive more deeply into. But you know, it's the story's there if you go in to look at it, but the show after that episode really doesn't dive into it all that much, is my understanding. But with that all out of the way, this long ass intro, let's just finally get into episode 17. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes to react to the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote what movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, helps do things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. That all said out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 17, Edge of the World. Here we go.
Wow, King. This looks great.
What? Why is Luce all dolled up? It's like her Grom Knight outfit, isn't it? What the hell?
Welcome to the Owl House, folks.
Thank you for having us.
King of Dads!
Is this has to be a dream.
Now maybe after dinner we can have a nice game of catch?
Really?
Prince of Brothers, Prince of Sisters?
Oh my god, yeah, this has to be.
Please have a seat, Your Honorable Mr. Dr. King of Dads. We prepared a special feast for you all.
I'm thankful that my demon family finally got to meet my owl family.
Aww.
Seriously, this is amazing. It's almost like
A dream?
a dream.
Yeah.
King?
Oh, why we gotta start like that? Oh.
Luce is ready to talk.
Oh, okay. Evil Bella's fan art.
This is just a lot to take in.
We don't have time to take anything in. We have to stop Bellows. I was a part of his plan.
King, Hootie, you know what to do.
Aww. King, you were hugging Hootie.
I am not hiding. I'm gonna stop Bellows from completing the draining spell. I just need to figure out how.
Edelin!
Oh! Hootie got too excited and almost killed Luce.
I was such a fool, a dolt, a chump, Hey, no pity parties in this house. Besides, Luce is upset enough as it is. Whoa! I am so happy to see you! I could...
Oh no. Oh! Why?
Hootie, you gotta stop eating garbage from the ground.
Yes, please. Oh!
He's also been
Oh!
eating our mail! Look!
Finally! I forgot about that.
King Clawthorn, if you wish to know who you truly are, come to this location and meet our warrior clan.
Warrior clan? Why so ominous? Or cryptic?
They're a clan of warriors. How else do you defeat a tyrant with their own army? By making an army of your own.
I mean, I guess?
Not to mention, it's a chance for King to find out where he came from. I say let's go for it.
Well, I say you two need a safe place to hide while the adults take care of things.
I'm actually in favor of this plan.
You are?
It wouldn't hurt to check. You two would be taken far, far away from the Boiling Isles and Emperor Bellows.
What if something goes wrong?
Their safety would be your responsibility, my dear, brave Hootzifer.
Silly children with my life!
Yeah, well, how would they even
This
get
is
there?
great. Ada's being such a bomb right now.
Bellows won't be able to withstand a whole army of me's.
Such allies would be quite valuable.
I wonder if I still have my sailor's hat.
Does anyone else feel that?
No, she's getting stressed out.
Fine, you can go.
I've explored that area. There is nothing of note. Whoever wrote that letter was sending them on a wild loose chase. Oh, no, don't cry.
Oh.
The joke wasn't that bad, was it?
Oh, this is so much bigger than I imagined, Lily. Because of me, she's wrapped up in this thing with Belos, and it's just not fair. She and King are children. They shouldn't have to deal with this.
We'll figure out how to keep them safe.
All right, let's get to work.
Oh gosh, this came back?
Where's the crew?
Well, I'm no longer working for the Golden Guard. So, me mate's abandoned ship for greener, snailier.
Wow, respect though.
Land ho!
Wait, Luce, what are you looking through?
It's a long way from our Titan.
That's 'cause it's not from our Titan.
Wait,
Must be
what?
part of a different beastie.
A different... What? Kind of answers a question I think I posited a long time ago. This piece of land is not part of the Titan, but another beast.
Is anyone here?
That letter was over a month old.
Hang on. There's something here.
You got a piece? Yep. Oh, it looks like a big old finger. Whoa, what is... Lovely! Sky portal! Oh god, it's a whole ass hand. There were multiple fingers, but where the hell did that take us?
Luce, look!
Oh, whoa!
Look like the Boiling Isles to me.
That's because it isn't.
Oh, hey!
To the other side of the world.
Which is where?
You dare trespass on this sacred by the huntsman. 'Tis king. My name is Tarek. Hail and well met.
Yeah, tis
So maybe not his father, but one of his own kind, I guess, maybe?
Luce the human / friend / sister, and this is Hootie,
Oh,
the,
slash sister, the door.
Did you send me that letter? Are you my...
Father? Alas, no. Nor is he here. But I did send the letter, and by the sight of you, I know he was one of us. He passed down that handsome skull of yours, didn't he?
What does that mean? Is this like a Cubone situation? Is that his father's skull?
Titan Trapper Island.
What? Yo!
I've never seen so many demons
Whoa.
that look like me! Look at him go!
We are Titan Trappers.
Titan
On the earth to
Trappers.
protect the world from giant monsters of death and destruction.
Wait, so did they kill the Titan? Is that what King's father was fighting in that mural?
Aren't Titans extinct?
Dude, yo!
Grand Huntsman says one remains. So we sharpen our spears until the vile creature
One
rears its head and
remains.
a new hunt can begin. You can join us and become a Titan Trapper yourself.
Why do we kill these Titans?
It's a lot to explain right now, but could you help the people of the Boiling Isles?
Any enemy of yours is an enemy of ours.
There's no way it's that easy.
For that you must beseech our elder, the wisest hunter of them all, Bill.
Sorry, did you say Bill?
Is that short for something?
Nope, just Bill. He's so cool. He
Okay.
actually met our god, the Grand Huntsman. He's my best friend. It's no big deal.
Luce! Luce! Look what they gave me!
That looks awfully pointy, buddy.
They're gonna show me their Titan Trapper ways, Luce. I guess they're my ways, too.
How about Hootie and I go see the Elder? And in the meantime, you learn all you can about being a Titan Trapper.
Oh, the glint in his eye.
All right, King. Ready to become a Titan Trapper?
Nice. Why do I feel like there's something off about all of this? Oh! Forgot his magical scream.
Tell Bill I said hi.
Hello? Whoa. Look at all this stuff, Hootie.
There's a tennis racket up there.
Oh, yeah.
Tarek, is that you? I told you to stop rummaging through my stuff.
Derek's
What
not here.
the
It's
hell?
just us. Greetings. My name is...
What? Speak up. You barge in here like an angry titan only to...
It's like King meets King Boomy. It's just King Boomy.
audience with the great Bill. Mayhaps we might perchance to venture...
I would actually like to show you my intricate PC system. That way you can store and transfer your Pokemon.
I'm here to ask if you would lend me your mighty warriors. Emperor Bellows has threatened to...
That upstart on the Carcass Kingdom? I've got battle scars older than his reign as Emperor. Wanna see?
We're good. But please understand, a lot of people are in danger and they don't even realize it.
Yeah, that dude is straight up evil.
If you think Bellows is evil, you've never seen a live titan. Children out there haven't either. Don't know a thing about their ravenous appetites or their terrible cries.
Summer children who've never had to fight one.
The last living titan. I saw it once. Before it disappeared, its hateful roar blew out my eardrums. How did it go? Wah!
Wait,
So,
what?
Titans are always hungry, act like monarchs and say, "Weh?"
The huntsman wants us to find the last one. Only a titan's power can free him from his prison. But we've had no luck.
Wait, hold on.
I feel like the shafts are just a little too...
Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, wall. Oh no, that looks like the collector's sign, isn't it? The sun and the half face thing? Yeah.
God, is that Collector Kid?
They've probably been deluded and tricked. Why would they hunt something that is their own?
Gotta look like a titan to
Oh
trap
my
one.
god.
But
God.
if I ever find that missing titan
Oh!
and mount its head in pride as we release the huntsman, then we could finally
Oh
go from
no,
being titan
well
trappers
that's
to
all.
Titan slayers. Say, who's your buddy's tailor? His costume looks so real.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Well, never mind, that explains so much more. They're wearing disguises to look like their enemies to help them in the hunt. So King is a Titan.
Faster! I'm trying!
Where?
Wait, is the Boiling Isles his father? Oh no. Oh no.
Our armory.
Whoa! There's all sorts of things I shouldn't touch.
Huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can you also tell me what this means?
I'm not sure what that is, but maybe we can find out together.
Wonder
I
why.
assume your father was lost in a hunt of yore, but a Titan trapper is never alone. I'm just happy to see he passed down this.
Can I ask a favor? It's a little silly, but can we play catch?
I believe you may find some equipment thither.
Thither?
Ah, Bill!
Listen, that kid you're with.
Tarek, I found them!
Oh no.
Our little game must wait. The time has come to celebrate your induction into the Titan Trappers.
This is heartbreaking, dude.
You don't have to go all out like this. I'm fine doing a small thing. Family and friends kind of thing.
Now, we can release the Grand Huntsman from his prison and be granted power and glory. The ashes of your old life, your destiny awaits. Carry this torch to the tablet and set it aflame.
Did you hear that?
The connection has been made, and now we can summon him.
You're taking too long. Don't worry, child. world. We're almost done.
Then we get to play catch, right?
Oh no.
Did you pull something, Bill?
I can't move.
Luce is invisible.
What's happening?
Yes.
Is this the power of a Titan?
No, you bonehead. It's that girl and her ungodly sock monster.
What?
I'm so glad you're okay.
What are you talking about? We were just about to play catch.
Hey, Luce just saved your life.
Yeah, these guys wouldn't hurt me. They know what it's like to be left behind.
This is about your dad.
No, I mean, yeah, but it's you too, Luce. You'll eventually go back to the human realm. I know how it works. You even promised your mom. I just thought I had to prepare for a world without you in it.
But they won't help. King, you're not one of them.
Then what am I?
You're a Titan, King.
Shut up and get that Titan!
Come on, King.
Oh god. Oh god, and they thought they would be safe here too. Just thinking about that. And they're being hunted. Good job, Luce. Oh god.
Tell Lulu how brave I was.
Hit him with the wah.
Stop fighting! I'm one of you guys.
Oh, here we go.
You were never one of us.
Oh, yo. The star and the moon.
With this gift, the Grand Huntsman will return,
Yo.
and I shall ride cloaked in glory above all others.
You mean we, right?
Uh-oh.
You promised the huntsman would grant all of
Uh-oh.
us glory.
Uh-oh.
Are Titans even evil?
How much have you been making up?
Don't let the girl fool you. I'm totally not lying.
Wow. These fools.
Get off of me and get that Titan.
Time to go home.
Good thing we have a way out. Oh, thank goodness.
We can't let them get through. We have to destroy this thing.
Then step back.
He's going to give it a big old wah. Yeah, you guys can stay where you are. Aww.
I want to go home.
That sucks, man, because that implies he's the last one.
Hi.
King.
What the hell?
We have them surrounded.
Good. Arrest anyone inside. For the Emperor.
What the hell? What? That's where we're ending? A fucking Owl House raid? Wow. Oh my goodness. So much lore these last two episodes. But the truth of it, dude, King is a Titan. Now, it begs some question if whether or not all of the Titans are like him or there are various species of Titans themselves. Like, is the creature we are on the same subspecies of Titan that King is? Or is it a different one? Are there various other Titans? Because even in that hall, there's like all kinds of different creatures of different makes, shapes, and sizes. But then again, they never even fought one, so how would they know any different? They've just been listening to this old kook the entire damn time. And they're all cult worshiping the Collector, who, as we know, or at least have learned, is sealed beneath the Titan's body itself. The one on the Boiling Isles made this pact with Bellows in their united efforts to destroy this world and its people and whatever. Oh my God, they thought King's outfit was a costume. So they thought he was one of them in the sense that he was a Titan trapper, not an actual Titan. I mean, that makes the murals back at King's Citadel make so much more sense. Again, what was King's father fighting in that mural? Because it looks so much larger than even him. Unless it goes back to what I was saying about them being very, like multiple various different types of Titans, and that's just one of. Okay, so I went back to look at that mural. So there's one, I think a couple of ways to kind of interpret this, because I don't know what the heck that thing is he's fighting. It looks like a giant symbiote of sorts. It's got like a diamond or a star in the center of its chest. And we know like the celestial motif of the Collector is, I mean, we're all over this episode. So I don't know if that is, I mean, and that is like some form that it can take. Maybe it was his father fighting this entity. You know, as we've seen that they were fighting, whatever, it's sealed beneath this Titan, and they're trying to release that seal as well through this ritual where they were going to sacrifice King. Or very well, the mural, the king-like ancestor here could very well have been a hunter themselves in this depiction, but I just don't know why it would be here in this place, this sanctuary for him. Obviously, this place got raided because from what we heard, King could hear the shouts and roars of some chaos going on outside of his egg before he hatched, so who's to say, man? But yeah, lots of heavy star imagery in this mural. This thing is just breathing fire down upon this person, but it's like this king-like entity, whether it's his father or not, is wielding like a spear. It is very hunter-like. I don't know if in this mural it's the Titan or the thing it's fighting is a Titan. It's hard to really say one way or the other with the information we currently have, though. But if it's his father, it does look like there's like this long-standing feud that has been going on. But are any of these corpses that we've seen his father? Like, is the Boiling Isles, the Titan there, is that King's father? Is the one we just passed King's father? Can we hope that maybe he's still out there and he's not truly the last one? But given the way the thing's set up, the efforts put to protect King, I wouldn't be shocked if he is. That they safeguarded him so in that place with all those safeguards and everything. So I do not know. This was heartbreaking, man. Again, he's just been wanting to belong, know who he is, what he is. Still hasn't been able to find anybody that can read the emblem on his collar. Just the little inkling of hope that maybe there'd be some answers here. And there was. He knows what he is now, but I feel like he likely feels even more alone, especially after this conversation he had with Luce, talk about the reality of if they do finally get to the end of this journey, that means Luce is going to go home and that he might not see her again. So he's just been trying to prepare for that. He's been carrying that weight around. It's just, I don't know. It was just a lot. It was a lot. But it is kind of funny that they thought they would be safe out there, only to have found themselves in a situation where the only thing they met were enemies. They just didn't have the secret key. Like Lilith said, it was like, I've been out there, there's nothing out there. But she didn't have the thing to open the portal to wherever that was. Obviously, they can come and go then, right? But now we shut that door. So I assume now they can't leave, because we know that Tarek character, he was there. He was on the Boiling Isles. He sent that letter. He dropped it off and then went back. I hope that they're just trapped on the other side. I don't know what the ritual was going to do. It seemed like they were trying to summon the Collector. Even the Collector's voice kind of echoed through in a moment. So where they said that was the other side of the world. So I'm wondering if that was just a portal. Maybe it's like the other side of the world is underneath the Titan, on the other side of the Titan, or whatever. I don't know. I'm a little confused on some of the logistics around where they went, where they were, and where the Collector is. I mean, the Collector to Bellows said that he was sealed under the Titan. So we got basically two separate kind of factions. One group that was wanting to bring the Titans to extinction, which is the source of the magic in this world to begin with. and then Bellows, who also is working to bring Witchkind to its heel. And I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot else to go off on this. I love this little adventure. I love this little king backstory and stuff like that. Again, more intel about the world itself. It just makes me wonder. It just raises so many other questions that I've got at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for right now because I might need to ponder this a little bit. And if something comes up in the end, we'll throw it in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to you guys. Guys, what do you think? How do you feel about this episode? What are your thoughts on everything? Your interpretations? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Share, Your Korsakov, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crocker, Watchtower, Domi, Gregory Toner, Lily Chanson, Joshua Gunnell, and Nikki G. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.